Today we're going to look at the biggest planet in our solar system, Jupiter. Now, if this little bouncy ball here was the size of Earth, or should I say, if Earth was the size of this bouncy ball, how big do you think Jupiter would be? What do you think? As big as that orange? How about as big as that apple? Doesn't seem right. How about this? Now we're talking. Let's talk about Jupiter. So what are we going to learn about in today's video? Well, it's pretty obvious that we're going to be looking at the planet Jupiter, the biggest and one of the most important planets in our solar system. I'll tell you a little bit more about the reason why later in the video. Now I'm going to do a little quiz at the end of this video, so do make sure that you're paying attention for the whole video and test your knowledge at the end. Now there's no question that Jupiter is large, but just how large is it? Well, to give you a bit of a better understanding, Jupiter could fit every other planet in the solar system inside it. That is a whole lot of space that Jupiter has inside. Now, if we compare that to planet Earth, here's Jupiter and here is planet Earth. It's quite the size difference, I think you'd agree. Now, you can fit around 1,300 planet Earths inside Jupiter. That's right, not one, not three, or even five. Over 1,300. That is a lot of planet Earths inside Jupiter. Can you imagine the sheer size of Jupiter if you were to see it up close? Now, how long does one day last on Earth? Yep, that's right, 24 hours. Guess how long a day is on Jupiter? I'll give you a clue. It's a fair bit faster. Jupiter completes one rotation in just over 10 hours. That's twice as fast as our own planet Earth. And just consider the size of Jupiter for a second and how fast it's spinning. Now, all of this spinning, and just because of how large Jupiter is, it creates some very high-speed winds all around the planet. Lots of different storms circling the entire planet all at once. It's very, very windy on Jupiter, with speeds regularly faster than 350 miles per hour. Now that is stronger than any hurricane here on planet Earth. Now, we can see that on Jupiter by these bands just here. And that is the winds carrying the various different gases of Jupiter all around the surface. So you can actually take a pen, and you can do this on a piece of fruit, a satsuma, an orange, an apple, or even, like me, a big pumpkin. And you can start to understand by drawing all the way around the outside of the pumpkin just how the bands are made on the planet Jupiter. So if we go all the way around, like so, you can start to see our own pumpkin becoming a little bit Jupiter-like. Now, one other prominent feature on the planet Jupiter, and you might have seen this in pictures, is its great red spot. Now, this great red spot is a giant circular-shaped storm on Jupiter's surface. And this storm is bigger than our entire planet. Get a look at that. That storm, can you imagine a storm bigger than our own planet? And look how small that storm is compared to how big Jupiter is. It's really crazy stuff, just how large things are in outer space. Now, because Jupiter is so massive, it has huge gravitational pull. The gravity around Jupiter is super intense. Now this does a couple of different things. One of those is super helpful to us here on planet Earth. Now the first thing that happens, because of the fact Jupiter has such strong gravity, is it is known for having the most moons in the solar system. Can you guess how many moons do you think Jupiter has that we know about as of today? 10, maybe? 30? What about 50? You wouldn't even be close. Jupiter has 95 known moons as of the time of recording this video. We could still yet discover even more moons. It's probably possible that there are more than 100 moons orbiting Jupiter because they're all attracted to it because of the huge gravity that Jupiter has. Now, the other benefit of Jupiter's huge size and gravity is that little us here on planet Earth, we could get hit by asteroids and comets and meteors, but we don't. And that is because Jupiter gets in the way. Jupiter's gravity is so strong that it deflects asteroids away from our path, keeping us nice and safe here on planet Earth. So Jupiter is a bit like a big shield for our planet, knocking things out the way that would otherwise hit us. Thanks very much, Jupiter. We wouldn't be here without you. Now, the second largest planet in our solar system is probably the most famous one because it is very, very beautiful, and that's the planet Saturn. Now, Saturn's known for one major thing: the rings around the outside. Now, we know that these are made up of ice and rock that have formed a ring slowly over hundreds of thousands of years and now orbit Saturn. And that gives us the beautiful disk around the outside of it. Now, little did you know that Jupiter also has a ring system. It's just a lot smaller and fainter than Saturn's, so we can't see it with the naked eye. But we have flown spacecraft out to Jupiter, and we've taken pictures of Jupiter, and we have confirmed that it does have a ring, just like Saturn. How cool is that as a fact to share with your friends? I bet they didn't know. Now, Jupiter is much further out from the Sun than us on planet Earth. How long do you think it takes Jupiter to do a full orbit around the Sun? Now, for us, we know it as 1 year, and that's how we measure how old we are, by how many orbits we have done, how many times we've gone around our Sun. How long do you think it takes on Jupiter? It takes a fair bit longer. It's very, very far out. So far out, in fact, it takes around about 12 years. So think about how old you are right now. It might be that Jupiter hasn't even done one full orbit in your entire life. How amazing is that? Okay, space fans, I'm going to test your knowledge and see how well you've all been listening at home. I'm going to give you 4 questions, and I want you to write down or remember your answers, and we'll go over them at the end, see how many you got right. Question 1. How many Earths will fit inside Jupiter? 5, 10, 120, or about 1,300? Moving on to question 2. What is the name of the storm, the big eye of the storm on Jupiter? Is it the Great Red Stripe, the Great Red Spot, the Great Windy Spot, or the Great Cloud Cover? Which one do you think it is? Moving on to question 3. Now, I'd expect you to get this one because we've not long covered the topic. But how long does it take for Jupiter to go once around the Sun, to do a full orbit around the Sun? Does it take 1 year, 5 years, 12 years, or 20 years? Jot down your answer. We'll come back shortly and see if you're right. In the meantime, let's move on to question 4. So for your final question, what objects did we use today to represent Jupiter and planet Earth? 2 different objects. What were they? And now it is time for our answers. How many Earths can we fit inside Jupiter? The answer that I was looking for is 1,300. Question 2. What was the name of the big storm on Jupiter? And the answer that I was looking for was the Great Red Spot. Question number 3, which was how long does it take for Jupiter to go around the Sun once? The answer that I was looking for was 12 years. Hopefully you've got all of them right so far. The last question's the easiest one, I think, so hopefully you'll get them all right. Okay, and last but not least, question number 4. What objects did we use to represent Jupiter and planet Earth in today's video? Well, we used a pumpkin for Jupiter, and we used a bouncy ball for planet Earth. Hopefully you followed along and got all of those questions right. And if you didn't, maybe watch the video again and listen a bit closer, because all the answers were scattered throughout the video. Now, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. This solar system series is about halfway through. We're going to be doing the rest of the outer planets coming soon. So do check out our channel and keep your eyes peeled for those videos. In the meantime, if you haven't seen the other planet videos that we've done, the inner planets, right up to and including Mars, then check out the channel as well because they're already on there. Now, take care everyone, and above all, stay curious, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.